Well, in our state, the number of coronavirus cases topping 45,000. The good news, hospitalizations and ICU cases are down. Ocean City is one area that is now in stage 1 of Governor Hogan's roadmap to recovery. The city relaxed lodging restrictions, but restaurants are still takeout and delivery only. Investigator Mike Helgren went to the beach where he found a packed boardwalk.
Good Sunday morning. It was a glorious beach day on Saturday, and we saw people socially distanced here on the beach near the inlet, but it was a little harder to do on the boardwalk.
The ocean.
In Ocean City, the lifeguards were in the stands, the sun was out, and if you were lucky enough, you could catch a wave. For Chris Sexton from Baltimore, it was heaven.
Hallelujah.
He enjoyed the water, even if it was a little cold.
Cold.
And his family enjoyed an easy Memorial Day weekend trip.
We got here really quick. No traffic, and we went right through. It was real easy.
But the coronavirus pandemic was still on many minds.
We just wanted to get away, have the kids have some fun, and not have this ruin such a big holiday. We just wanted to get away from Jersey.
It did not stop families from across the East Coast from coming to Maryland's busiest beach resort.
Wonderful. Feels wonderful to get back to a little bit of normalcy. Yeah.
Games, rides, and roller coasters.
The boardwalk was packed. Groups of 10 or more are still prohibited by law. Masks are recommended but not required.
It's really crowded. It's beautiful out. You know, it's fun. Everybody's having fun.
Police say they try to educate the public.
If we do see groups of 10 or more, we do remind them that it is a violation of the governor's order. Depending on the situation, would then determine what kind of action would be taken.
Despite some crowds, regulars here say there are not as many people as a typical Memorial Day weekend. With 10 miles of beach here in Ocean City, at least there's room to spread out.
As long as you keep your distance, we feel good.
OC 2020, baby.
Police did not immediately have available the number of citations they've issued in the past 2 weeks since the beach and boardwalk have reopened, but they said for the most part, people are behaving themselves. On the beach in Ocean City, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Well, back in Baltimore, the springtime air was hard to resist for some despite the city's stay-at-home order. You can see that here with this look at Patterson Park from yesterday afternoon. Stetson Miller spoke with people who say they're listening to the mayor.
This is about as far from home some Baltimoreans say they're going this Memorial Day weekend. A Saturday trip to the park, lounging in the sun, getting out for a walk.
Not traveling, just hung out, lunch and took the dog for a walk.
I don't want to go to anybody's house. I don't want to be at my house. Out here is in the open, not really trying to be near anybody.
There have now been nearly 45,500 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Maryland, up by about 1,000 from Friday. 38 new deaths were reported, and now over 2,100 have died from the virus. While the number of hospitalizations is continuing to drop and the state is opening up, city officials say this weekend isn't the time to be throwing any big parties.
Keep your celebrations small with just the people who live in the house with you.
And that's exactly what residents WJZ spoke with said they plan to do.
Just going to cook inside and just kind of sticking to ourselves.
Health officials are also reminding residents to keep following social distancing practices.
Large gatherings in the absence of a vaccine with disregard for social distancing and face cloth coverings is one of the most effective ways to spread the disease.
The stay-at-home order is still in effect.
And police will be out to address anyone violating the stay-at-home order.
Please continue to stay home as much as possible.
We'll all have an amplified presence over the weekend alongside our patrol and proactive enforcement teams.
And the city health commissioner says they are continuing to ask people to stay home as the city is still working to expand testing. In Patterson Park, Stetson Miller for WJZ.
Well, it's a holiday weekend, but the unemployment office says it will still be working. Many people have called and emailed us about the struggle to get paid. An additional 51,000 people filed for unemployment last week. More than 1,000 Marylanders signed up to testify at a Senate hearing earlier this month about the difficulties of getting paid. Now, there's a petition on change.org. People are requesting the state hire a new company to handle calls and applications and to stop the weekly required web cert. More than 800 people have signed that petition. People across America will head to their places of worship this morning after the president deemed churches, synagogues, and mosques essential. The CDC says religious institutions should provide soap and hand sanitizer, encourage the use of masks, and clean their facilities daily if they want to open while the coronavirus is still spreading. The agency also says houses of worship should promote social distancing and consider limiting the sharing of objects such as books. The Archdiocese of Baltimore says public masses can resume next weekend in areas that are allowing religious gatherings of more than 10 people. They also said each parish must be able to implement CDC precautions to keep the coronavirus from spreading.